PVCs were seen in gutters, in unusual places. It was all over the place. And we started inquiries on what happened. We sent our intel, and we have gotten the first report of what transpired. But let me make it clear that the truth is that some bags of PVCs found their way, or its way, in an unusual place, or unusual places. It was moved to those places by Nigerians, not by spirits. The first information we got was that politicians in the past had acquired these PVCs from the 3 states so mentioned, but we have also gathered along the line that more states were involved. That is in Imo, in Lagos, and Rivers. They gathered the PVCs, believing that it will be business as usual. Don't forget, the old system of accreditation of voters was through the card reader. And there was a leeway where the card reader was unable to identify you for you to vote through the incident forms. And in 2019 and 2015 elections, most people voted through the use of the incident forms. On the other hand, you could mop up PVCs and give it to anybody. Once the card reader failed, you use the incident form and vote. But with the new system of beavers, unless you pass through beavers, you're not going to vote. So those unscrupulous politicians have now come to the realism and reality that those PVCs are just like toilet papers. So what they did was just to go and dump them away. That is scenario number 1. That was the result of our intelligence. But it doesn't stop there. We should not behave as if nothing wrong has happened. We have called on INEC to do internal check on what transpired, even though it has no powers of investigation. And that is why we are calling on the Inspector General of Police and the DG SSS not to pass this page as if nothing has happened. This thing is going on in so many, it went on in so many states. And it is easy for you to find out. How, if I may ask? When PVCs are printed, it is moved to the states of origin, where the citizens registered. From the states, they move it to the local government. In the local government, somebody was in responsibility. So that person can explain why the PVC left his office. But how would you arrive at that? It's for us and those Nigerians that got these things to release the PVCs. Because the same politicians have known the implication of that thing. They've gotten back to them to take back the PVCs so that it will not leave. If we're able to get one of the PVCs or more, it will be very easy to trace from where the PVC left the spot to the gutters or to other places. In course of our investigation, we found out that in one of the INEC offices, early in the morning, they saw bags of PVCs thrown into the compound. The security man was asked. He said, when the people were throwing, they say, useless people, carry your thing. On the other hand, it is because of beavers. No more incident form. Our worry is that the efforts we have made as political parties in the partnership with INEC leadership to arrive at this point, there are still politicians who want to thwart this effort that we have put in for years. They don't want a free and fair election. They don't want a free and fair process. They still believe that they can carry ballot boxes, they can manipulate figures, arrive at a solution, their own solution, other than what Nigerian people decided at the polling units. So that is why the Inspector General of Police and the DGSS should not overlook this matter. On the political party level, IPAC has discussed it last week, and IPAC will soon come up with a position on that. But we have to also make available our own investigation as a political party. Those politicians who are involved in these things should desist from doing such things. A lot have been put in the work, even by getting the National Assembly to give the enabling laws, by INEC being committed in improving the system with the cooperation of political parties and regular consultations. They should not rubbish these efforts because of the ambition to grab power at all costs. So we have a system now that is sweet, and Nigerians are commending it. We have just left Oshu. The other time it was Ekiti. You can see improvements after every election. And we are confident that by the time we get to 2023, at least the votes will count and will be counted. INEC, in our usual consultative meetings, I'm sure very soon we will meet. We have to also x-ray what has happened in the past and put the necessary notes. Political parties are deeply involved in this process. So I call on the politicians to desist from this system. Beavers has made it impossible for them to continue with their crime and criminality in the electoral process. We have a good system. It may not be the best, but it's better than what we had. And the empiricism has shown itself. It is now verifiable that that system is good. So that is what I want to, we decided that we should also put this to the public, let them know. The critical thing is that Inspector General of Police and DSS should move into this matter. Don't turn the page. We must get those PVCs, and those politicians and those who had access to those PVCs should release them. Don't hide them. You can't use them to cook. It will be of no use to you. At least let us use it to identify from where the leakages occurred. When you get one PVC, you trace it to the local government. You trace it to the person in charge. Why did you release this? They will not give us excuse. If it was stolen, did you report to the police? Let's see the report. We cannot continue to do things in the same way and expect a different result. So the ball is back to the court of the Inspector General of Police and the DGSS. And on our own part, we continue to try to support INEC to have a clean process. When you lose cleanly, you sit down. We cannot continue to overheat the body polity. That's why I decided to call you people today. Thank you very much.